Why, hello there, everybody. What's up? It's Wes, Hank, and Andy. Welcome, everybody. It's Tuesday night. That means it is time once again for Random Fandom Tuesday night.
Yes, it is.
Random Fandom Wednesday morning for Zazel over in the clubhouse. By the way, Zazel, thank you. Thank you so much for showing up 15 minutes early.
He was in the studio before I was.
At least 15 minutes early, as we are late again tonight. And that's okay. It happens. Fortunately, you guys are so understanding. Gaz is here. Want to say hello, Gaz. You missed us on Sunday. I had something specially prepared for you.
But don't worry. It's still prepared.
It's going to be good. I like that. The future is now. It really is. In that part of the world.
It is a strange new world.
You're a time traveler, sir.
Maybe.
Can you send me this week's lottery numbers? No. There's a lot going on this week in the world of pop culture and entertainment. Sad to say, we've got an extra long in memoriam section this week. And stuff is fast and furious. This stuff's evolving sort of by the second.
Yep.
All right, let's kick it off, shall we?
Yeah, get to our first item.
And you know how it is. It is
Random Fandom Trivia.
That's the stuff. Oh, you want a slideshow?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
I think it looks like. Oh, there's what it looks like.
There it is.
Let's do this one. What do you know? One more switcheroony.
There you go.
There you go. Okay.
Oh, Gas says sorry, Wes. It's all good.
No apologies necessary. We held it for you.
And Zazel, there you go. This week's lottery numbers are transmission interrupted.
There's some subspace interference, Captain.
Yep.
That's right. I could tell you all about time travel. You just have to meet me last Thursday.
Fair enough.
Holy crap. Sean's
already
here.
Answered.
Sean's here, and he is well within the question already.
Yeah. So the question is, who was the first star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame?
The first star.
Was it A, James Dean, B, Joanne Woodward, C, Doris Day, or D, Charlie Chaplin?
Wow.
This is a tough one because typically I don't pay attention to the Hollywood Walk. There's been a couple times where I've tuned in because I've wanted to see the ceremony, depending on who it is.
Like Carrie Fisher.
Ewan just got one.
Yes.
So that was exciting. But the first one.
So like Charlie Chaplin was in silent films. So he goes way back.
That's where I'm going. I feel the same way.
But I can date the other two, but I mean, while I've heard of Joanne Woodward, I'm not familiar with her body of work, so I can't date her. So I'm going to say D, Charlie Chaplin, based on just an educated, sort of uneducated layman's guess.
This is going to be a true exercise in sort of in pop culture, because I think of the Hollywood Walk of Fame as not being that old.
No.
Oh, well,
you'd think it was like a more recent, like 70s.
That's what I thought too, right? But nobody on that list.
An event like James Dean's death kicked that off, I wonder. So there's another way of looking at it.
I don't know. But what we will do,
we'll run Mouse.
ABCD. Can I say that?
ABCD?
ABCD. That's my answer. We'll run the 30-second timer, and we'll check back in with everybody answers here shortly. So I do like that thought.
Yeah.
What if they were all on the same day?
Oh,
have we had multiple inductees on the same day?
I would assume so. Get everybody together, and
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Everybody on the same day except Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
Big egos by themselves.
Now I want to know, in light of all this Hollywood scandal stuff, has there ever been one removed?
Ooh, good question.
That's a good question, because they're privately sponsored,
Yeah.
It's not. They're
So
not.
they only pay for you to have it there for so long or something.
They're,
I wonder if they like were, Biff Smith, who nobody remembers from 1910, and they put like, I wonder if they do that.
I don't know.
Gaz-
Does Alf have a star on the Walk of Fame?
Friggin' deserves
know
one.
The Google
Don't
machine's
think
going to
he
tell
does.
me.
Zazel says Megaforce should have one. But yeah, so far we have from Zazel C.
Okay.
Sean guessed B. Gaz is going with C.
Mhm.
And then Zazel asks, when will the Sarge get his? Not soon enough.
It's funny that sorry, can I touch on the Alf thing?
Yeah, by all means.
I don't know. I have to scroll through this quickly, and I don't know how long this list is, but shockingly enough, there is a list. There is an entire list of fictional characters that, in fact, do have their own stars on the Hollywood Walk, and they include Alvin and the Chipmunks,
Really?
Batman, Big Bird. I kind of remember that. Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck, Kermit the Frog, Godzilla, Pee Wee Herman, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, the Munchkins, the Muppets,
Pee Wee Herman,
Pooh, Rugrats, Shrek, The Simpsons, Snoopy, Snow White, Tinkerbell, and Woody Woodpecker. That is your
so
list.
basically it's like the
Al.
Funko Pops of sidewalks.
Yeah.
Eventually everybody's getting one.
Gaz says Megaforce has a star in the universe of fame.
The universe
It goes-
of fame.
The Hollywood
Yeah.
Walk of Fame goes all the way to San Diego now.
Sean is correct. Batman did just get one.
Just got one. Oh, yeah, that's true. Batman Day.
Wow.
Batman Day.
Gaz says, damn right Godzilla does.
That's right. It should just be a giant footprint.
It really should.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine not having a star, but Alvin does. I know, eh? What a snub to all the other awesome cartoons.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Not Alvin, Simon, and
What did
Theodore.
Theodore?
Alvin.
Yeah, what did Theodore ever do?
Play the drums.
Steve Terrio. Hello, sir. How are you doing?
All right. All in for all in tonight. If you guessed anything other than B, you are incorrect. It was, in fact,
wow.
Joanne Woodward as the first on the
Wow.
star.
I don't
On the
know
Walk of
anything. I don't know anything about this lady. Nothing.
Me neither. She was the
It's
first, though.
it's very old picture. She's probably 20 in that photo, and you know how like we all look young for our age compared to the old time movies.
Oh, yeah.
And actresses people looked a lot older back then.
She looked like she's about 40.
Yeah, and she's
She's like an
probably
elegant 40 in
18.
that photo.
Mm.
Yeah.
She's
But yeah, there you go. First one to have her star on the Walk of Fame.
that was a tough.
And like Sean was saying, yes, Batman did just get his star, and he is that first as well.
In what sense?
He is the very first superhero
That's true.
to get his star on the Walk of Fame.
There wasn't any others on the list. So, and I read the whole list. So,
Yeah. So he officially now, like Guinness came out to that ceremony and declared him first superhero. So he is the first and forever will be the first superhero.
But he will not be the last. Now that the
Hopefully
precedent
not.
has been set.
True.
What a segue. That's a segue. We could have segued right into our superhero news.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, nobody will know anybody on the Walk of Fame. That could be a possibility.
It's true.
Oh, Paul Marquez, our friend Paul Marquez, all the way from someplace else, all the way to here. Can you believe that? Hank is in Random Fandom.
It's not the
What
first time.
is
Totally
going
random.
on?
But it is random.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Yep. But I suppose we should get into the sad notes here.
Yeah, I mean, big.
Big
Not
losses.
Joanne Woodward.
No.
Okay.
Superman isn't in it for the fame. No, he's not.
I really hope not, Zazel.
I mean, they gave Godzilla one, so I guess anybody can get one now.
Yeah, but I hope Zazel.
A baby
wrong.
shark. Listen, that's one skibbity away from
It's
like
true.
total pandemonium. Please, God, no.
Yep.
No.
But first up on our list, unfortunately, Dame Maggie Smith has passed away. at the age of 89.
You know, not completely unexpected.
No.
But still
a loss.
How often do we do these sections and these faces come up and it's like, oh, I haven't thought about them in a while. And then you're like, oh.
Mm-hmm. But star of Harry Potter films, Downtown Abbey. My wife always remembers her as the head nun in Sister Act.
Mm-hmm.
The Mother Superior.
I like that you're going. I ask this every time, and I will ask you guys, probably for all of them. What is your standout role for Maggie? What's yours, Andy?
I don't know for sure. I liked her in Sister Act.
I'm not like super familiar with the Harry Potter movies. So Lauren was like pointed that out to me, but I was like, oh, Sister Act. So like when I read the news, so I don't know if that's my answer, but that's where my brain went immediately. So it probably is my answer.
To me, she will always be Thetis in the original Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I love that movie. So, yeah, she will be missed.
Mm-hmm. Condolences to her family. Also lost this week, John Ashton from the Beverly Hills Cop and Midnight Run franchises. 76 years old.
I just saw the Beverly Hills Cop film, and I was surprised at how good I thought he looked, considering his age.
Hopefully, it wasn't seeing the movie what did it.
Wow.
Yeah. Joe Fan,
you never saw Clash of the Titans?
Oh,
we need to send you like a whole library.
Joe's got to come to Canada. We're going to start a podcast called Movies Joe Fan's Never Seen.
Josh.
That's right.
Josh.
That Josh has not seen.
Clash of the Titans. It is peak Ray Harryhausen creature effects. It is a stop motion. It is a live action film.
Mm-hmm.
The stop motion is
phenomenal.
Top tier. It's beautiful.
Yep. But John Ashton, born February 22nd, 1948. So first role in a movie was in 1973, The Psychopath.
Sure.
Followed up by So Evil, My Sister, Borderline, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, Across the 85th Dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Also known for TV, including Kojak, Columbo, Police Story, Barnaby Jones, Wonder Woman, MASH, Starsky and Hutch, and Dallas.
Excuse me. One more question.
That's right.
Every time I hear Columbo, that's all I think of.
Yep.
One more question.
So, condolences to his family, and film legacy will live on, right? So,
yeah. Yes, I have a hard time watching movies. Honestly, it's hard for me to sit still. That is a fair answer.
Yeah, they have to be engaging enough to keep you, right?
Like Transformers 1.
Exactly.
Finally saw it. It's so good. Oh, but, loved it.
Yeah. Next up here, country music and Hollywood legend Chris Christopherson has left us.
I think of Chris Christopherson as being one of those first big crossover stars.
Yeah.
Like, was there? I know, like, the Rat Pack did a lot of that stuff as well, but like I feel like that's way before me.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris Christopherson, like Andy, you had said, the first thing that you said was,
how are we going to do Blade 4?
How are we going to do Blade 4? And I'm like, we're never going to get Blade 4.
Yeah.
But I think, to me, and this maybe speaks to my childhood because my father was in the industry, but like I immediately go Convoy, cool movie.
I still have some of his tunes in rotation in my playlist. Sunday Morning Coming Down by him is awesome.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, Gaz, you got it, buddy. No, not the rubber duck. No, it's true. It's true. Oh, that's true. That's true. That was earlier today. We heard about that. That just happened yesterday.
Yep.
Yesterday. Fritz.
Yeah.
Fritz.
Frank Fritz.
Frankie Fritz. Yeah.
We'll get to him in a minute. But starred alongside Barbra Streisand in the 1976 version of A Star Is Born,
which was like the second or possibly third version of that movie.
Yeah. Yep. But no cause of death was given, and at 88 years old, it could just be natural causes, right? So,
at 88, I think, you know, everything is a natural cause at that point, right?
Yeah.
He stopped breathing. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what got him.
But, you know, one of his most recorded songs, Me and Bobby McGee, which has been like covered a bunch of times.
I just feel like I got punched in the face because I had no idea that that was his song.
Yeah. It was written based on a recommendation from Monument Records founder Fred Foster.
And I call myself a music fan. Jesus.
Named after a secretary in his building.
Bobby McGee, that is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So condolences to his family. And
yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Hard to see him gone. Yeah.
Remember him in Blade.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Whistler.
Always going Whistler.
That's right.
I couldn't get the I couldn't do it. I was trying.
This one's a crossover into the sports world, but Dikembe Mutombo has passed away as well.
Wow.
He's my buddy Mike in Peterborough. That's his favorite player right there.
Oh, yeah.
Died at 58 from brain cancer.
Oh.
But,
cancer,
you know, he's a Hall of Famer. And he played 18 seasons in the NBA. So
I think he at one point he was the tallest guy in the NBA.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
7'2".
Oh, Jesus. He's a big boy.
He was a large man.
Wow.
But Toronto Raptors president Masai Ujiri, sorry if I got that wrong. He's quoted as saying, "It's really hard to believe. It's hard for us to be without that guy. You have no idea what Dikembe Mutombo meant to me. That guy, he made us who we are. That guy is a giant, an incredible person." Yeah. Last played during the 2008-2009 series, but
you say that, and I'm like, well, that was just like last year, right?
Yeah, it feels like it.
2009. Oh, yeah. God. Yeah.
You know, he went on to do a whole lot of other stuff. Really good, you know, charitable works and whatnot. And condolences to his family.
Yeah, man.
And then sticking with another crossover
another crossover, not necessarily for the right reasons either.
No, but he crossed over into wrestling territory
and crime.
That too. Pete Rose has passed away at 83.
Pete.
Oh,
so
wow.
Controversial.
Yep.
So controversial. That is a long career. 18 seasons. Yeah, man. Do anything for 18 years. That is a career and a half.
Yeah. But, yeah. Major League Baseball's hit king.
She's made a career out of you?
Oh, I think so. 22 seasons.
What did you guys remember what year it was that he got in trouble, like legally?
What year was it here?
It's like in the 90s or something.
Yeah, but like he denied it into the 2000s.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah, he quit. He hung up playing baseball in 1986 as a player.
Yeah.
Right.
Then in 1989, he was kind of banned from it by MLB Commissioner Bart Giamatti.
Right.
After they determined that he was betting on the baseball.
Okay. Yeah.
And he denied it for years, but he eventually admitted it in the mid 2000s. But you know, he made a tradition of it, like for a good long while there. Every WrestleMania, he would come out, and inevitably Kane would come out and choke slam him. And it just became the running WrestleMania thing, right?
Why am I not? I was away from wrestling when that was going on, so I had no idea that Pete Rose had entered pro wrestling.
What I never understood about this scandal is, do people keep records of the illegal betting they do? Like, I made a lot of bets in my life, but you can't prove any of them.
Fair enough.
It always blew me away. It's just like, and also like go back and look at the guy's career and then leave him alone.
Yeah, basically.
Craziness.
But yeah, condolences to his family. And
yeah, man, as always, you know, another one gone.
And as Sean had mentioned there, Frank Fritz from American Pickers passed away.
This one caught me off guard because I mean, I was quite a big fan of their show, and of course, I know it's faded over the years. Like it's had some different iterations, and then it's just kind of I don't even know when it stopped. I didn't realize that he had a stroke.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
In 2022. And I also didn't realize that he and his co-host, that they were like, they hadn't spoken to each other in like
Yeah, had a
years.
proper falling out.
Yeah. I wasn't aware of that.
I am
Yeah,
not
so-
familiar, but he looked
Yeah.
a lot like the guy that runs the convenience store near my place.
Oh, wow. Frankie Fritz, he was one half of the show American Pickers on the History Channel.
Yeah, passed away just last night.
I am not familiar with that show. That's cool.
Yeah, his
That's too
co-host
bad, though.
Mike Wolf shared that on Instagram today.
Yeah.
So
And apparently, from what I read, that Mike was also the one to publicly announce that he'd had his stroke, which apparently ended. I don't know if it ended or if it sort of bridged the gap between whatever had happened between them. But they apparently had not spoken for quite
Prior
a
to
while.
that?
Yeah, for quite a while.
yeah. But
A good show, and of course, like every good show, we gotta spin it off
the
regional.
Canadian
The the regional versions, and then we got the Canadian one, and it's like, it's just okay.
Mhm.
This topic scares me, guys. A lot of people you've mentioned are close to the age of my parents. I'm not ready for that.
No one ever is.
Yeah, no.
A lot of them are close to my age.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, Frankie was what, 58?
I believe so, yeah.
Right. So like, I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40. So
Mhm.
53,
is-
yeah.
dangerously close to me. Yeah.
Like I'm immortal. I'm going to be fine, but I just worry about other people my age.
I worried about all you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. The rest of y'all.
Yeah.
Joe
says
Fan.
he's
I heard
pretty
they had
sure you're effed.
heard they'd had a falling out, and from what I understood, it's both of their personalities had clashed. They didn't hate each other. It was more of an annoying me. That's never happened.
No. But then you get the reconciliation and the reunion. But
Yeah. I mean, anybody who's ever had a sibling knows what that
The,
was. like.
the
He was
Lennon and
60.
McCartney of the History Channel.
Yeah. It's like Eddie Van Halen making up with Sammy Hagar on his deathbed.
yeah. But moving along here, we also lost John Amos, 84 years old.
Yeah.
The father from Good Times, but he'll always be Cleo McDowell to me.
Times. That's the other one that I think of. And then one more, and I can't remember the character's name. He played this awesome character in the original Beastmaster, where he basically was I don't know, he was sort of like the bodyguard / mentor figure for the prince. Do you remember that, the Beastmaster? Oh, so good.
Yeah,
God,
vaguely
Gaz,
do, yeah.
Gaz is going to tell me the guy's name because I can't remember. His name in that movie, but he was so good in that.
But yeah, he's in the early 70s, he had recurring roles as Weatherman Gordy Howard on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Oh, I read that. He was the last surviving cast member of the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Major Grant from Die Hard 2.
Oh,
Major.
wicked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was on the Bill Cosby Show, the new Dick Van Dyke Show, Maude, Sanford and Son, James Evans Sr. on Good Times, like we said.
Yeah.
He's also in the miniseries Roots. Played the adult Kunta Kinte, sharing that role.
Oh, that's right.
with
Yeah.
LeVar Burton as the younger version.
Yep.
More roles in the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Good Times, Roots. The Love Boat, The A-Team, Hunter, Murder, She Wrote, Beauty and the Beast, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Touched by an Angel, The West Wing, The District, Men in Trees, 2.5 Men, The Ranch, The Righteous Gemstones.
I watched the
long resume.
I have to go back and see which episode he was in.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
But, his final film was in 2023 with Pierce Brosnan in The Last Rifleman.
Oh, wow.
So,
are you getting a buzz?
I'm getting a little bit of a buzz.
Sorry, folks. I'm just having some. Oh, you know what? It could be me. I think I'm getting some interference off the. I think.
And Gaz is right. He says he was Seth in Beastmaster.
Just double check my connection here. Strange
Sorry,
how
folks.
it's strange how things decide to act up like that out of nowhere. But okay, it was good for a second, and then it it wasn't. For all I know, it's coming off the. I don't know. It could be coming from anywhere.
Yep.
All right, we'll work through it.
Yep. He owned McDowell's and coming to
Yes,
America. Yes, he did.
McDonald's.
See, we've got the big arches. They've got the golden arches. Well, it was the golden arcs.
The Golden Arcs. Yeah. Well, you got everything, but you don't got a hamburger.
Oh, Zazel to blame.
Hmm.
It's his future transmission.
That's right. It's you beaming in from the future, man.
Yep. And finally, on our in memoriam list, another one. Ken Page starred in Cats on Broadway, as well as the voice of Oogie Boogie in Nightmare Before
Boogie,
Christmas.
boogie.
70 years old.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I guess we're not getting a sequel.
But
Well, we
yeah.
got to recast them, I guess.
Yeah. Also starred alongside Beyonce in Dreamgirls. Come on, brain. Todd Eskin of ATB Talent Agency was the one to announce his death today.
Sure.
And a quote from Tim Burton says, "He was simply one of the best, most generous souls I know, full of life and overflowing with joy, talented and then some. Ken, my friend, you will be deeply missed." And he posted that on X. So,
That's just, it's never, as much as this is a part of life, it's never fun.
No.
Reporting this stuff.
yeah. But at the same time, it's good to remember, and the legacies they've left behind will last, right?
I mean, we're coming into Halloween, so I mean, do you watch Nightmare Before Christmas as a
Both.
Halloween movie?
As
Or-
both.
Yeah, you do. Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, at least you have that to go back to. And
But that does round out our in memoriams,
I could
thankfully.
I could only wish to be remembered the way that some of these folks will be remembered.
Yeah.
The internet is forever, so our couple hundred videos.
Yep.
They'll be around for a while.
For a while yet, anyway. And who knows how long this next one will be around, because you can't make this stuff up. I don't even know that this is a news item, but I had to put this in here because I can't believe they actually did it. There's a new proudly Canadian brand.
Oh, sure.
The leanest, toughest, and most luxurious sportswear in the world.
Who would
And
name?
They are named
I'm going to start a fashion brand, and I'm going to call it
Moose Knuckles.
Wow.
That's such a uniquely Canadian thing, too.
It is. It is really it's the Canadian variant.
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
the camel toe.
Right.
And I just love the way, like, their emblem, it's like literally a hoof.
Yep. Yep.
Moose knuckle.
I just
Yeah.
want to know if that guy if Snake Eyes knows that guy stole his visor.
I don't know. Maybe. But apparently this stuff is available for purchase now. It's engineered for tundra and designed for the city. Discover Moose Knuckles stylish outerwear and cold weather apparel at Harry
Wait for
Rosen.
it. Wait for it. This is going to be Tentree all over again.
You think so?
I mean, we all recognize Tentree as a big clothing brand now.
Yeah.
But who remembers when the two dudes who are 20-somethings went on the Canadian version of Dragon's Den and did not get a deal? They didn't get a deal, and now they're a household name in Canada for clothing.
Moose knuckle should bring back beaver canoe.
Oh, if they could get the trademark, wouldn't that be something?
Still love that in high school. Look at that chick wearing a beaver canoe shirt.
Hank, I'm surprised you remember Beaver Canoe, because I hadn't thought about that. And
Moose knuckle made it just go bonk. I was like, where have I heard something like that? Oh yeah, beaver canoe.
Oh boy.
Roots, but rude.
strangely, I feel like both of those would be right at home in Northern Reflections.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But moving on here.
Is this the next official outfitter of the Canadian Olympic team,
I don't know.
clothed in moose knuckle?
If those things on the arm don't come off and they're little like adjustable weed
Like-
scissors, I don't want it.
That or throwing stars.
Right. Yeah. I would also accept a weapon.
Yeah,
Throwing stars with a little sorry written in them.
Yeah, they just expand out a little bit, and it's a little 2-knuckle Batman ring.
That way, when you get hit with it, you're like, ow. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yup. But next up here, Marvel and DC have lost the trademark for superhero.
Oh, no. Wait,
Nice.
we have to put it in legal terms. They
Yes.
didn't lose it.
It
was
didn't-
revoked.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
A judge revoked it. Like,
I'm
honestly,
a fan of both of those things, but I've never been a fan of you can't say that word in your. And being a guy who makes comics, stupid.
I had
Fantastic.
to wonder, and I'm just sort of thinking aloud here, like, was this really an issue in the industry? Like,
I don't
like,
think so.
no other company could use the term superhero in their writing?
Or
can't figure out
pluralized.
that.
Or pluralized. It
Superheroes.
absolutely was. You had to come up with meta hero or meta being or
Hero.
super or just truncate it super or
Supers.
say something
Heroes,
else like
but
even
not superheroes.
superpowers is
Wow.
was trademarked by DC.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I mean, but like everybody knows that the Image heroes have superpowers. Everybody knows that the Dark Horse heroes have superpowers. Everybody knows
This is
that when
what
you
I
watch
mean. Like,
Invincible, those are superpowers. It's been so strange that you're watching a superhero show. There's a whole genre of movies that aren't Marvel and aren't DC. The Crow is a superhero movie, and you're
Yep.
not allowed to say that. Now,
I know there's
maybe some justice.
again, every time something legal comes up, I always preface it by saying I'm not a lawyer. So
No,
Now-
no.
now that that's out of the way, is like, I feel like in 2024 the term superhero is so generic that like this shouldn't have
Right.
been an issue.
I felt like it was generic in the 80s too, but I was so close to the problem. But I absolutely agree with that. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's common speak. Like
Yeah.
a firefighter rushes into a building and comes out with a baby. You're like, that guy's a superhero,
He's a
you
superhero.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
right?
But I guess, from a business perspective, if I was a small time publisher trying to eke out my place amongst the two giants, I guess that gives me some more flexibility with how I can write my dialogue now or how I can do exposition.
Mhm.
So
I mean,
I
yeah.
guess it's a good thing.
Or how you market it, even how you market it. You can't
Yeah.
ever call
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
Wolverine, Batman, or Superman,
Sure,
but you can
sure.
absolutely market your book and put hashtags on it that will,
Well, for sure,
reflect, like drive audiences towards the
Yeah, yeah.
superhero genre, not the
it is a superhero book.
I'm writing
yeah.
a meta being, sort of a graphic
Right,
novel of
right,
meta
right.
beings, and they have clouds in their heads, and like you could say it's a superhero thing, and
Right.
Netflix will buy it.
Gaz says, my characters are not superheroes. They are super goddamn heroes.
There you go.
I mean, they stole my idea for Megalopolis. I mean,
Ooh.
just the word. That's what I kept calling the cities I was basing my superhero stories in because it was so ridiculous. Megalopolis, and then I'm like,
Sure,
now
sure.
there's a friggin' movie. Just
Well,
publish
that's true.
everything, kids. Publish
The-
everything.
That movie, by the way,
Publish
is
your doodles.
Did not do well
tanked
over
the
the
box
weekend.
office on the weekend.
Has it really?
Did
Yeah.
not do well.
IMAX only though. IMAX only, right?
I don't know for sure.
That I would have to double check on, but my understanding is it did not do well.
Yeah. The trailer made me seek it out at my local theater, and it wasn't playing there. I was like, I'm not traveling.
Oh.
So.
We did get a trailer for it on, I don't remember what it was attached to, but I remember turning to my wife and saying, this looks interesting.
Yeah.
So it's still on my list to want to see it. But man, Transformers 1. Go see it.
Yeah, this one here though, it spun out of DC threatened legal action against S.J. Rickold, who's the author of the comic series Super Babies.
Oh.
What, because he was super in the title?
Yeah,
Right.
but his claim was that Marvel or DC can't have ownership over an entire genre.
Right.
So that seems like a
Monopoly.
reasonable.
Yeah,
That seems
Yeah.
like a reasonable argument to me.
and then
Oh, I just got a letter in the mail from DC. I'm being sued because I'm a superintendent.
oh, Jesus.
Wait. There's a knock at the door. It's Marvel and DC. They've come because we're super fans.
Right.
But,
Go away.
yeah, Adam Adler was the attorney for Super Babies,
Yeah.
and he's quoted as saying that it's not just a win for our client, but a victory for creativity and innovation. By establishing superheroes' place in the public domain, we safeguard it as a symbol of heroism available to all storytellers.
The question,
Very eloquent. That's exactly what I wanted to say, and the guy said it perfectly. Yeah.
The question I have is there a legal recourse for Marvel and DC to try and appeal this decision? And if there is, will they pursue it?
Depends
You
on.
look like a jack off, especially right. Yeah, you're gonna have to throw a ton of money off us, and this guy's not making a ton of money off of something.
No,
you're going to look like a jackass in the public, especially if the opposing lawyer, all he has to do is sit back and go public with everything that you know.
Absolutely,
yeah, right, yeah.
I can't see. I can't see a judge granting closed proceedings for anything of this nature, right? So it's like, no matter what you do, the court of public opinion is going to weigh in.
Yes,
it's like Scrooge McDuck saying, you can't call that building full of money over there a bank. This is a bank.
Yeah.
So it's silly.
I write books about superb paladins, not superheroes.
Yes. I have a Batman ripoff called the Tenebrous Crusader. So
Deflator Mouse.
I love Deflator Mouse.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
But moving on here, we had talked about Chucky last week going to Magic the Gathering.
Well, oh my gosh, yeah.
This week we bring Ghostbusting action.
I was down at a GameStop yesterday talking with one of the guys behind the counter, and of course they do sell Magic at GameStop here in Canada.
Yep.
And he was saying that there is quite a few crossovers upcoming here in the coming months.
This is the next one. Not only do they do Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, with 5 cards that'll transport you back, but they also do 5 more Strictly Slimer.
So unlike last week's cards, which were reskinned, these are new cards.
I'm not 100%. I think some of them might be reskinned, but they're going to be available in limited edition and then limited edition foil versions as well.
Always got to get you with the foils.
Yep. Make them all sparkly and pretty. But
I guess it would be easy enough to take an existing monster that is somewhat similar and then say, oh, it's Slimer now.
Yeah. Or it took this form for this particular time.
The question is, are Neutrona wands already conceptualized as something else?
I don't know.
We could just write a
spellcasting
swap
wands.
a card. I guess so. Lightning bolt.
Lightning wand.
Yeah.
Plasma beam. But yeah, available now on Hasbro Pulse. So if you want them, go find them. This next one. This is finally news. Officially, it's back on. We are now counting down to Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There is your promo image.
Yeah. The official date is Saturday, the 16th of November. And this one kind of throws me because they put it at 1 a.m. BST, which is actually 8 p.m. Eastern Standard.
So wait, where's the fight taking place? It's in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah.
So wait, BST.
British summertime.
What?
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they advertised it like that, but
oh my gosh. Oh, do we have?
I thought that was Greenwich Mean Time. What planet are we even on?
I don't know anymore.
So wait, we're saying 8 p.m. Eastern on November 16th.
Yep. Saturday, November 16th on Netflix.
So wait, if it's 1 a.m. in England, what time? I guess that's right.
Well, I looked it up on the conversion chart on an internet.
So are we watching it on the 16th or the 15th? Or are British viewers watching it on the 15th or the 16th? Do you know what I mean? Like,
true.
Because they're ahead of us.
True. Now I gotta look that up. You got me all confused.
But it's a live event, so
because the post
it's going to be
behind the
regardless of time zone, it's going to be at that moment, whatever
I
that
think
translates.
I think that's November 15th at 8.
And we'll finally, when they start hugging, we'll find out if any of those tattoos are fake and they transfer off one another.
Off on Tyson, yeah. But yeah, the 16th for us is a Saturday.
Okay.
the 15th would be Friday. So I don't know if they're doing Friday night fights or Saturday night fights, but
We've kind of talked about this fight
On and
before
off,
when
yeah.
it was first announced, and we all kind of weighed in on it. But now we're all here together, the three of us.
yeah.
Given the stall, Tyson's minor illness that he needed time to get over, now that we're back on, any change in opinions on how this is going to go?
No, Tyson's going to murder him.
Yeah, you think so?
Yep.
Hank, what do you think?
Just murder him.
I feel like even though Mike hasn't fought professionally in a long time, I think his track record and probably the caliber of sparring partner that he could afford puts him in pretty good shape to get back in the ring.
Nobody
Even
loses when everybody gets $1 billion to do
well,
this.
there's that. Yeah,
I mean, Jake Paul stands to lose by getting his ass kicked by an old guy, right? But
there it is too. And Paul makes a good point when he says that youth does go a long way. It totally does. And these types of sports, they are kind of a young guys.
True.
Again, though,
But
never. You know the what's the adage about the coach, the old guy? Like don't count out the coach, right? Like there's a reason why he's the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean,
Tyson's got to have the muscle memory still, right? I want to see him, like, I want to put him in
them both
the
training on
Drago
Twitter,
thing.
and it's kind of like one guy is Rocky showboating for the cameras, and another guy is like, I'm actually going to come out of retirement and tear somebody's head off.
Yeah.
It really is like right now. The latest thing I saw from Jake Paul is his stomach looks like he's got a basketball in it. He's so
I
fat.
saw that too. He looks pregnant.
Crazy fat.
He's just putting on mass, I guess.
I don't know for
putting
sure.
on mass.
Yeah.
But he hasn't converted that mass yet.
It's not going to do any good. I strongly, I don't think so.
I want to see Tyson in a Drago situation where he's hitting one of those pressure sensors so we can see how much he's still.
Oh yeah. Not like the carnival thing. But
Yeah.
So I saw a documentary a long time ago, and this always stuck in my head, although I don't have a real, and this won't make any sense to anybody that's like under 40, but they said that being hit by Mike Tyson was the equivalent of an electric typewriter. And if you swung it around by the cord twice around your head and then hit somebody in the, like, so while it's not like a number, it's a very visceral image that I was like, I never want to get hit in the head with a typewriter being swung around by its cord, right?
Yeah.
So, and he's about to many, many times.
I think about Tyson and sort of that, you know, the mental switch. And he's talked about that in interviews before, that, you know, going into a fight, it's a fight. And that there's nothing else that matters.
Combat.
But yeah.
And I've seen him in interviews throw that switch, and the person that's interviewing is like, I'm getting the fuck out of here because I'm in danger. Right.
But he's a much older man. He's much more even tempered, I would say.
He's a maniac on his podcast.
Is he? I just wonder
he's a maniac
to that headspace. Maybe he can. But he was always a little unhinged, though.
Well,
he almost got there in AEW. Because they were setting up an angle between him and Chris Jericho.
Really?
And he was ready to throw hands, but then the whole Black Lives Matter movement started, so they just squashed that whole angle.
Well, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it was for the best. But so I guess we will see on November 16th.
Are you watching?
I will be.
I will as well. Not a sports fan, but I will tune in.
Yeah.
I'll probably just read about it in the paper the next day.
You'll message me. What happened?
Yeah.
There is a 3-part documentary, like, to follow the countdown.
Yeah.
2 episodes premiering November 7th, and the final will release on November 12th. So
after?
Before.
Oh, before
the fight.
The 15th. Yeah.
Pumped up for it.
No, you're right.
Paul says,
one guy is an actual heavyweight boxing champion. The other guy is like an orchestrated chuckle, like a head. Like he's a fabricated being, right?
I'm not
Mike Tyson is the real thing.
I'm not a boxing. I don't follow boxing. I don't follow amateur or pro boxing. But is it not like all of the people that Jake Paul has been put up against? They're not contenders per se.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, anybody will, for a truckload of money dumped in your driveway, make a kid that does YouTube videos look great.
Yeah, well, he certainly needed to break away from that. I mean, that's going to follow him for a long
I
time.
just but I don't see. I don't know. I don't see.
I will say this: I was completely shocked when I got invited to a pay-per-view wrestling event. Had no idea that his brother Logan Paul, the other YouTube weirdo, is fully in the WWE, and
we're
I'm not gonna
YouTube
lie.
weirdos, so we know.
I am not gonna lie. That guy's got some skills. As bizarre as that sounds, as a wrestler, he's got some skills.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just old and crotchety. Back in my day,
here you
Tyson
go.
would eat your dog's head
and spit out the ear.
Paul says, "No, Hank.
No,
he was
the real thing. Yes, that is
we'll
true.
We'll see. I paid a lot back in the 80s when you had to pay $59.99 to watch a fight.
Oh yeah,
on pay-per-view. I spent a lot of money to watch him knock guys out in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And that was the thing too. Like, I paid this much and I only got that much fight.
I made too many nachos.
Yep.
Go find a YouTube clip of his one-punch knockouts and you'll be there for an hour.
Sean says his money's on Tyson. And Paul comes back. Jake Paul, for the joke that he is, has put down some world-class athletes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know any of the people that he's fought. So
yeah,
I will, Paul. I will take your word for it, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But moving on here, this one sucks for me. After 3 seasons, Sci-Fi has canceled Chucky.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
so even after the whole renew Chucky for season 4 campaign, it is not going to happen so far. But creator Don Mancini says he's not gone. He will be back.
Well, I mean, like, these horror movie franchises have legs, right? And
they do.
And it's not very long before, we're going to do another one.
Yep.
We'll roll them out again.
Yeah. But like, they left season 3 on somewhat of a cliffhanger too, right? Because our 3 hero people are in a very bad predicament, and Chucky and Tiffany just rolled off down the road with the kid's sister. So
is there a way that they can resolve that in film without having to, exposition the entire previous season for people who have never seen it?
Well, that's 3, because it's been the same 3 heroes for all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And it's been this back and forth battle with Chucky.
Okay.
But
that might be tough to pick up.
Yeah. But I'm guessing if you were into this show, because it did cater to fans of all the movies, right? Because they pulled characters from
there you go.
Like, the beginning of the franchise all the way to the end.
So fans of the film franchise would not be left behind if that was the case then.
I don't think so, because chances are they did go check this out. I mean, you could still check it out on what is it?
I don't know who's got it here in Canada.
I think it might be Hulu.
Oh, so if it's Hulu, then it should be Disney Plus here in Canada.
Yeah. But it was on Sci-Fi Peacock, so it might be on Peacock.
Yeah, I can't tell you who's carrying it here then.
Oh, you can also revisit it anytime on Peacock or Shudder.
Shudder, there you go.
So the horror one there. But, just have to wait and see when he comes back. But like Don Mancini says, he always comes back. So, Josh, come on.
Never seen Chucky. Don't really care to either. Listen,
I don't think
I'm
never seen one
there
of them.
with you.
Really?
I've seen parts of them over the years, but there was never enough there to make me want to sit down. And given my aversion to horror movies, it's an easy pass for me.
I don't necessarily have an aversion. And I in high school I went through like a slasher sort of phase, where I was like love chainsaw movies and stuff like that. But Lauren's like
your blue period.
Yeah, my blue period. But Lauren's like you, and she can't do it, or she has very visceral nightmares and stuff. So I haven't, like, I want to see the remake of Nosferatu, but I'm going to have to sneak away to see it. Also, the Wolfman, new Wolfman trailer looks awesome too.
Oh, right.
So I, things like I had to watch Werewolf by Night by myself, and it's not very.
No, it didn't. I mean, yeah, it leaned into the horror genre, but it wasn't exactly scary.
Yeah. It wasn't horrific.
No.
Oh, okay.
But that does bring us to some toy news.
Toy news.
Woo!
We've been waiting for this.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of it this week, but
So there shouldn't be many complaints from me this week.
well, never know. Well, I will say this: we don't have a Batman this week.
Oh, okay,
We got
yes,
all
that's
them
a fun-
out last
what?
week.
No Batman? Hang on a second
Viking
now.
Batman.
Hold on. Where is it? Oh, no Batman. There we go.
That's right. But we do have some stuff from McFarlane. Kicking off, we get a 12-inch scale posed figure of Shrek.
That looks like the burlap looks like real burlap to me, and I don't know if that's the case, but it looks
He
good.
said burlap.
Doesn't look too bad.
Posed, so statue.
Statue.
But it'll look
That's
good
the
on
new
shelf.
Posed figure.
Statue.
That's the new statue term.
cat.
Ooh, Big Bad.
Oh,
Toy Story
I
apparently
just
has
saw
Crimson
that.
Twins.
I just saw that tonight. It's so apparently they have an anniversary that they share, a birthday perhaps that they share with G.I. Joe,
Okay.
and so they were doing a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive set of Crimson Twins. Yeah.
But sticking with McFarlane, this next one, I don't know why they went this way, but you'd think the next obvious choice would be Donkey, but no, they went with Dragon.
Oh,
It's a good-looking dragon, though.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like her.
Yeah, 12-inch again, scale posed figure.
There's two ways you can go about it. You do Dragon or then Donkey, but you could do also Fiona, right?
True.
And if you did it right, have the bases interlock,
Yes.
right? So you can
but
build out like
donkeys at that scale, donkey wouldn't be much plastic at all.
No.
No, he'd be like, is he just a little?
Know what I
the
mean?
little guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to scale them with Shrek,
Probably-
right? Like Dragon
Yeah, that
should
would
be, 3 feet tall.
Right. But that probably weighed in on the decision not to do donkey as the second one.
Probably.
It's a nice looking. I like the textures are lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a line that you would conceivably buy into?
Probably not, as my shelf space is limited, and I've already got a backlog of stuff that needs to get put up. But
Yeah, me too.
It's a good looking figure.
Can we just
Oh look, more Transformers.
Still got to open
so
that.
many.
This next
I
one,
still
I'm
have
not.
over 100
Oh dear.
unopened Black Series.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
This next one, I'm not sure who's making it, but it is an officially licensed PlayStation thing, and it's available for pre-order right now on Amazon. And for us in Canada, it will cost you $64.99. But it is a set of Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scale.
That is a crazy ab on her. It's it's like the ab and the waist are
Super
double
crunch. It doesn't look so bad in the glam photo.
no, but in
it's
the
hidden by the light. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the scale on those?
6-inch figure with 30 points of articulation.
Is it Hasbro?
I don't think it's Hasbro. I couldn't find a
Just
maker thing other than
the hand pegs look Hasbro.
could be.
But those backpacks, weapons, and hands, those are indispensable in terms of.
Well, as I'm looking at Last of Us, oh wait a minute, who's this? So NECA has a license for Last of Us. This does look rather. Maybe it's NECA. Oh no, I don't know. I'm
Looks
just
like it's got those NECA knees, the way they slide by the knee joint slides back.
Oh, sorry, I've got it right here. It's available for pre-order on GameStop, and this one is kind of near and dear to my heart. Spin Master,
Really?
made right here in Canada,
Okay.
Crazy.
or headquartered here in
What's
Canada. I
going
should
for
say.
on there?
So
Fix
right
your
now,
abs.
yeah, really. Pre-order price $64.99 Canadian.
Okay.
Oh,
so
that's
it's
a lot. That's a lot of money for 8 guns.
But it's that's two figures, so we'll say 65.
Yeah.
So that's that does kind of ring in about right for a 6-inch figure.
Oh, Silver Spider's here and says those look terrible to me.
Yeah, they're not great looking.
Fair enough.
They're not great looking.
I can't argue with that.
No.
Moving along here. From Hasbro, from Transformers Dark Side of the Moon, we get
Dark of the
Moon. Sorry.
Dark of the Moon.
That's always Dark Side of the Moon. We get Studio Series 51 Soundwave.
Yeah, you know, I like the fact that they made Soundwave a car in this movie, which I thought was a bold choice. But at the same time, like, it's the Bayverse, and
Yeah.
I mean, Studio Series is supposed to be a step up from, say, the main line. And when I look at all of the hollow fill, like, look at the thighs on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As much as I love Transformers, I've never been a fan of the Bayverse action figures, even though I've liked all the movies. And this just like, without even touching it, this falls short of a Studio Series figure as far as I'm concerned.
Mm. But does come with a detailed, they say, Laserbeak figure accessory, which attaches to his arm. But yeah, he's only 4.5 inches tall, so he's not a huge one.
No, so I mean, at 4.5 inches, he's I guess he's still deluxe.
It's a nice head
deluxe
sculpt,
class.
but other than that,
it ain't your daddy's Soundwave.
It's a Sauron wave. The horns like that.
Yep.
Sauron wave.
Sticking with Transformers, we also get Legacy Evolution Autobot Devcon.
I know nothing about this character. I have no idea who he is. I don't know if he showed up in a comic book.
It looks like a ripoff of a Shogun Warrior.
A little bit.
I like his color though. He looks cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
And you say this is a
inspired by Transformers the animated series.
So then he's inspired by he's a G1. I have to know who this person is. Autobot.
Or is it literally the new Transformers animated series?
That's a good question.
Because he converts from robot to Cybertronian aircraft mode. Comes with a blaster to thruster accessories that will attach in both modes.
Devcon. He's definitely, he is a cartoon character from G1.
Oh, okay then.
Self-proclaimed bounty hunter, one of the few successful during the years of the Great War. Harbors an intense hate of Decepticons. Can we see what his toy looked like? Did he have a toy?
I don't know.
Is this the first toy? Oh, we do have a shot of him from the series. I don't know if I can. Let me turn my brightness down. It'll pick up better on camera. Here we go. There's Devcon as he appeared in the G1 animation.
Oh, he looks cool there.
Got the Ultra Magnus color scheme going.
Kind of, doesn't he? You know, with Transformers, especially with Transformers that are leaning into their Cybertronian roots, I've said this before, Transformers as toys always have one mode that looks better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
The robot looks great. I don't even know what the other thing is. Kind of a spaceship thing.
Cybertronian transport mode.
I buy into it that he's an interstellar bounty hunter, though, and he needs a form that permits him to travel around, and that would do it.
If they're going to do a crossover, they should have turned him into Lobo's space bike.
There's a good crossover, then, isn't there?
Next up, going back to the film franchise from Revenge of the Fallen, the MTE collection, we get Constructicon Overload.
Are they so like they're doing all of them all over again? If you didn't have Devastator, I mean, when the movie came out, I guess this is another way to get a hold of him. And it looks like he's going to be, is he leader class, Voyager class? He looks big. What I laugh because that is definitely
going on in that robot.
Mm-hmm.
No,
and robot.
The truck definitely has the cement mixer barrel on it, which is kind of funny because I don't think that's movie accurate, to be honest. But
it was on the constructed combined version.
Yeah, it was part of the mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, and the Constructicon sequence, it's pretty quick. Like you don't really get a great look at all of them individually. But yeah, it's definitely my least favorite incarnation of Devastator and the Constructicons.
Fair enough. We do have one more toy to go here coming from NECA, and it is the cartoon version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We get Punk Leo and Punk Raph. Straight out of the cartoon.
They don't look very punk to me.
Well,
they do not.
Punk for the 80s with their little shoes and jackets.
I don't know. Like was going to say
They
puffy
look like
jackets.
yuppies.
Yeah. The white jacket with all of the that looks like something like Freddie Mercury might have wore with
Maybe.
Where's your
adornments there.
mohawk? And you're like,
The spikes and
pins
the
through your
leather.
eyebrows.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I hate the bloody queen.
Apparently, they were briefly seen in these disguises in the second episode, Enter the Shredder. So,
Crazy.
Oh wow.
For-
That's going
cartoon
back.
canon,
That's going back.
but they include world building accessories like a pizza, a grocery bag, a lamp, a teddy bear, VHS tapes, and more. And in one
Nice.
hand, in the Raph hand there, you do see he's got the little turtle communicator.
Oh,
that
right.
Donatello built up.
I just saw today. Now, this isn't new by any means, but if you missed out, NECA is taking another run at their
Movie?
the big diorama thing that they
Oh,
did.
okay.
Yeah, they're doing another run of that. They've been advertising that today. Yes, more like yuppies. Yep.
Silver Spider says, "Punk."
Punk,
Question
yeah.
mark?
Right.
Uh,
Look like hip hop.
Finally
jackets.
Excellent.
So ready to be here. Good.
Home safe, ready for the cats.
Home
delivery.
home for this week's edition of What Did the Cats Bring Home?
That's right. But that does bring us to the end of the toys, so it is time for our next
Oh my gosh!
segment.
Yeah, let me get that queued up because that's this is always a fun one. Here we go. Ready? Time
Right.
for let's do it.
Lyrics. It's Mr. Lyrics. Lyrics. It's Mr. Lyrics. Tonight.
Wicked.
Awesome. So tonight's misheard lyric is this one goes back a ways, but I think it's still popular enough to resonate.
My answer to that is you think.
I think. So our misheard lyric this
Oh.
week, you need coolant.
Ah ha ha ha. Baby.
Shh.
I got
So,
it.
You need coolant.
All right, so let's give everybody some time to think about it. As always, the blurred out image behind
also a
the
clue.
lyric is your clue this week.
And we do still have stickers on the line for winning.
And Hank is definitely giving us another clue. So let's give you 30 seconds and
sorry.
we'll check back in
All good.
with your answers in a moment. And we're back.
Mhm.
All right, we've got one answer.
We got Joe Fan coming in
We've got
here.
one answer. Oh,
Josh says
oh,
Led Zeppelin,
we are batting in the ballpark.
but he follows it up with Whole Lot of Love. So
Any more for any more?
Gaz says, everyone have fun tonight.
Everyone have fun tonight.
Not quite, Gaz, not quite.
Uh,
But as first one to answer in, Joe Fan, you are correct. Josh, you got your choice of a Jurassic themed or Motu themed Fandom Power sticker because you need cooling.
of course, the actual lyric, and this is what it sounds like.
You need cooling, baby. I'm not fooling.
Could almost be.
I always thought
need
it was
Kool-Aid.
you need Kool-Aid. I honestly thought.
I'm not Fool-Aid.
No.
I'm gonna send you back to School-Aid.
School-Aid.
Oh man, what a great song.
Yeah, so performed by Led Zeppelin. It's the opening track on their second album, Led Zeppelin 2, released as a single in 1969 in several different countries. It was also the last song that Led Zeppelin played live
Like
Ooh.
ever?
in their first incarnation.
Oh wow.
It would be performed again with band reunions at Live Aid in 1985
Okay.
with drummers Phil Collins and Tony Thompson.
Yeah.
And at the Atlantic Records 40th anniversary concert in 88.
Yeah.
And then again at the Ahmet Ertegun tribute concert in the O2 Arena in London in 2007.
Oh, it was played at the O2. I
Yeah,
have
both
that.
with drummer John Bonham.
No, John's dead by
Crazy.
that time. would have been Jason Bonham at the O2.
Yeah, I misread. Sorry.
Yeah, that's John's son.
Yep.
I would have loved to, like, people like flew from around the world to go to that show. It's like Led Zeppelin's going to get back together for one night only in like what 2007.
Yep, December 10th.
I remember when it came out on CD, and I was like, I must have this. And I thought that Robert Plant was going to be struggling to carry some of the songs, and boy, was I ever wrong.
Happily wrong.
So good, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Josh says we used to say coolant at Firestone.
You need coolant.
I thought the song was called "A Whole Lot of Drugs."
I need headlight fluid.
More headlight fluid, please.
Whole lot of drugs.
But yeah, reach out to us on our emails and we'll get that sent out to you.
Absolutely. Actually, let's. I think they're here.
Yeah, they're here.
While we're,
He says Motu. He says Motu.
Mo2. I think we showed these off last week. Let's just for anybody who hasn't seen these yet. We've got the Jurassic, the Jurassic inspired fandom logo, and the Masters of the Universe inspired fandom power logo coming to you. Josh, do send us a message. You can send us a private message through any of our social media channels, or you can reach us at fandompower3@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address and we'll get that out to you.
Mm-hmm. This next one here, it's got me shaking my head, and I fear for the future of the world.
Mankind.
It really is at this point. The world's first immaterial sculpture has been sold in Europe for $17,000. And if you are not aware of what an immaterial sculpture is, it is literally a 5x5 box of air with a certificate of authenticity to prove it exists.
Mm-hmm.
You and I talked about this, or rather, it was more I talked about it and you laughed.
Yeah.
I'd said, and if you thought throwing cans of paint at canvas was dumb, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a little bit of validation to throwing paints at canvas in terms of this. So
yeah,
absolutely.
I have a personal story about this. Lauren came to Halifax to go to NASCAD. Rick G, you guys might remember Rick G from high school. Yeah, he once told me, if you want to learn to be an artist, go to a CAD school. If you want to learn how to do art, go to Sheridan or a community college. Lauren got accepted by NASCAD here, and she was having problems with one of her teachers. So they were studying like modern art and the idea that this is art. And I was around for a class, and they were talking about NASCAD owns. I'm getting way off the tracks here. NASCAD owns the right to a piece of art where you theoretically throw a pen in the harbor, and that's the art. And NASCAD owns the rights to that. And I was like,
I would call that littering.
Yeah.
I had a huge argument with this lady who's a professor of art at a university, saying like, it's not art till there's practice. Like, and I used two examples. I said, I'm going to paint the entire city of Cleveland brown, but it's not, she's like, that's brilliant. I'm like, it's not brilliant until I pick up a paintbrush and I actually start to paint it. Because otherwise it's theoretical. And my other example was, I'm going to go with a shovel to the top of Mount Everest. And I'm going to shovel off 1 foot of snow, and then I'm going to change the sign. And she's like, you're a genius. And I'm like, I'm an idiot, because that's not art. So I have a huge problem with something like that. And I agree with you, Andy. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a live NFT.
It is. It is exactly a live NFT. The quote unquote artist behind this is an Italian guy named Salvatore Garro, born in Sardinia. But it's raising questions, about the very nature of art and value. Like, how do you put a value on air like this simply because he said it's there?
It's 25 cents a pound foot at Esso.
Oh, there you go. But the invisible sculpture was initially estimated to fetch between $7,000 and $11,000, but the final price soared to $18,300. But
to me, it looks like an invisible painting.
It's literally a plexiglass box with air and space in it.
I just want to know, if I box up a fart, can I get 18,000 for it?
But that's
Once you're
actual art.
world-renowned.
You just made real art, and nobody's buying that these days.
No, he made fart.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly, guys.
Huh? No, I'm with you. Instead of the happiest time of the year, we'd say hooptiest time of the year.
Nice.
Just crazy.
I have an empty box here. Anyone interested? Starting bid 500.
Well, I just finished this one right here.
Let's make it euros so we can all we can squeeze a little more out of it.
Yeah.
I just had a thought. You can't know what it is, but I'll sell it to you.
Yeah. And I'll give you a piece of paper that says it's real.
It's like the Futurama episode with
It's like
the NFTs.
It's like an IOU for a thought.
So I get a thing and I own it. No, there's thousands of copies.
Yep.
What? I don't understand this.
But they say his work is not just about the absence of physical form, but the presence of imagination.
Right.
And in a statement, he explained
lack
that the
of talent.
vacuum, basically, the vacuum or empty space is actually full of energy.
Is this where my artistic talents start blending with my spirituality? Is that what this is?
I think this is where gullibility starts meeting with your wallet.
Lauren did a real
Oh,
sculpture
yeah.
in school, and I know I'm going back to this again, but she actually, because of the phrase "you can't create art in a vacuum," she made a sculpture, got an old broken vacuum, ripped it open, and put the sculpture inside the vacuum.
Inside a
and that was
vacuum
looking
cleaner. Yep.
art inside a vacuum.
You can
This
still
guy is
experience.
he's going to come for me, but I think he's an idiot. I actually don't. I think he's a genius. I think the guy that bought it for $17,000 is an idiot.
That's the idiot. Yeah.
a fool in his money.
If you told me this was a charity auction, I'd be like, well, somebody's benefiting from this.
Yeah, but I think the only one benefiting is him.
The funny thing is you don't get to keep the plexiglass.
No,
That's extra.
it's not included.
I mean, do I get the box?
Yeah,
I
and
want the box.
they even said,
Shall I
it's
wrap it for
supposed
you?
to be displayed in a open space with natural light
Oh,
because that makes a difference.
oh, is it airtight?
I don't know. I mean, it should be that way. The energy doesn't keep changing.
I mean,
and what happens if I stick my hand in there?
I'm trying to picture the artistic process of him going in there and
Willing
done.
it into existence.
yeah,
Well, it's the exact what I was saying before. If you want to learn how to be an artist, you go to
Yep,
a hoity-toity school where they teach you the esoterics of what art can mean. If you want to learn how to
Right,
draw
right.
and paint and sculpt, and you chase down a master and learn it actually.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be mad at this guy because he's like, it's.
we
it's
can make
funny.
fun
When
of
I
it.
went to-
Though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can totally make fun of it. When I went to art school, a lot of people went to art school with me from Fenland Falls. The year I graduated,
Yep.
a lot of us went to Sheridan. I think 10 to 15 people. And there was a few people, and I'm not going to say their names. I don't want to embarrass them, but they were the type of kids that would splatter paint and say, "I'm so deep," or take a picture of
Gotcha.
a lawn chair in its shadow and say, "This means God is coming," or whatever the case is. But
Sure,
as soon as they got into a figure drawing class, they didn't last 30 seconds. And so, this does hit close
kind of
to my
fundamentals to any kind of portrait work.
What's Josh saying here?
Josh says, did y'all see the video? The guy left his shoe in a display and people were taking pictures and saying how artsy it was.
Oh, sure.
I did not see that.
Like
but
some guy just wandered through the museum, kicked the shoe off and put it up and said, all right, bye.
Yeah. But I did see the episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they try and make an art exhibit out of Charlie's work.
Nice.
And they try sneaking it into a gallery and whatnot. And then, of course, Danny DeVito dresses up as like a high society art guy and goes in and he's like, oh, I want to purchase this. And it's like, and he ends up purchasing it for a ridiculous price. And
Yeah.
the art dealer, she's like, oh, you've made such a wonderful purpose. And they're like trying to determine what is and what isn't art.
Yeah.
And of course,
Right.
after he makes the purchase, he's like, all right, it's worth this much. So how much you give me for it? And she's like, nothing. And he's like, well, what do you mean? You just sold it to me for this. And she's like, yeah, but it's only worth what someone will pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Did
And
you ever
then,
see the
like-
sketch with? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, all good.
The sketch with Tom Green where he sneaks into the Royal Museum of Ontario in Ottawa, with one of his own paintings. It's a landscape. It's hung in a frame and everything. It's the most childish looking landscape. And he hangs it in an empty space on the wall. And then he waits for somebody to come up and start looking at it. And he starts engaging this woman saying, what do you think of this painting? She's like, well, it's kind of boring. I don't really like it. He goes, it needs more trees, doesn't it? And he pulls out a palette and starts painting trees on the, and she loses her mind, calls security. They chase him out of the ROM without getting the painting off the wall.
Yeah.
It could still be there.
Maybe.
Brilliant sketch. That's art.
That's worth following up on. I like that.
But yeah, this box of air is called Air and Spirit. And the artist is quoted as saying, you don't see it, but it exists. It's made of air and spirit. And then he went on to liken his work to the concept of God. So
there you go.
God
The
in a box,
the
I
art and
guess.
spirituality thing. Here we go.
But like, I don't know.
I can't. I mean, I won't knock the man for whatever his beliefs are, and clearly that is coming through here. But I do question its value as a piece of art.
Yeah.
Why is he so angry? He looks awfully angry.
Because he keeps having to defend this as art.
Right.
Because this is not his first time doing one of these. He also
Oh.
did another one at the Piazza della Scala in Milan.
Okay.
And he exhibited what's called Buddha in Contemplation. And literally it's 4 pieces of tape on the ground. So
Oh.
another one, you have to use your imagination to see it.
No, I get that one.
Like, come on, like Michelangelo carved masterpieces out of marble, and here we are in 2024 looking at a box of nothing.
No, it's true.
It's not the same.
I'm sorry, Wes.
No, I get that one.
So yeah,
I'm so sorry.
immaterial sculptures, the way of the future,
Wow.
are just stupid.
Man, that's crazy. That is crazy.
I'm
We're
sorry.
hagging and skagging live.
Jesus. 4 pieces of tape on there. I get that one.
Yeah, they didn't even use plexiglass for that one.
Oh, Jesus.
That would
Wow.
perfect sense.
Sorry, let me just clear my eyes.
All good.
Jesus.
Please.
This next one. This next one, spinning out of last week's whole Diddy indictment.
Did he? Question mark. No, he
The
did.
diddler. Well, you know how we had speculated that Usher and Pink had shut down their accounts.
Oh, right.
Well, it turns out that Pink did not shut her account down last week. She actually shut it down back in February.
Back in February. Yeah.
And she doesn't understand why people are just claiming it got shut down now, just to kind of like link it to her. But she's saying, I'm not associated with any of the people mentioned. And basically she has nothing to do with his diddler party.
Listen, and I want to take her at face value.
Yeah.
And I do take her at face value. She had her own reasons for wanting to shut that down. However, in the world that we live in 2024, there's this idea that the truth is what you believe it is.
Yeah.
And there are going to be people out there that no matter what she says are going to say, yeah, but it's linked to the thing because
X.
Right. XYZ 1, 2, 3, you know me.
Yeah.
And I just hope that doesn't, I hope they don't drag people through the mud unnecessarily.
Yeah. Because enough people are going to get dragged through with this. Just
yeah.
him mentioning people, right?
There's going to be real draggings that we won't have to pay attention to people that are periphery.
Conversely, I hope the people that are committing these heinous acts,
diddling acts,
are held accountable. Yeah, absolutely.
Usher was another name that came up, but he also tried to set the record straight that he had been hacked. So
yeah.
Which is a code word from diddled by Diddy. And Justin Bieber put out a full gospel album to try to deflect,
to cleanse his soul,
smooth that over. Yeah.
But no trial date has been set for Diddy yet, so this is going to be ongoing for quite a while.
Did he? Did he?
Did he diddle? But Next up, Toronto is getting a new stadium-sized concert
Yes, I
venue
saw
in
this.
2025.
I saw this. and I
This is
thought,
cool.
That's cool. Yes, been there. SARS.
Is it
I was
Downsview?
there. So, yeah,
Downsview.
Downsview. Yep.
Woo,
Yeah.
that was
Yep.
amazing.
People are. I did see some backlash, and obviously from people who live in the city who are talking about that area of the city is already sort of underserved with transit, and it's going to be a nightmare to get to. But
Mm.
I have to say, as somebody who doesn't live in Toronto, who has to travel to Toronto for any concert venue, North Toronto is far more accessible to me than downtown is.
Sure.
And so I think this is a good
Other than
idea.
the 500,000 people that were with me that night, I found it really easy to get to the bus from there. I remember that being just like follow the crowds, and we were at a bus station.
Yep.
Going to be an open air facility with a capacity up to 50,000. Set to open next June. So
You don't need a whole lot of infrastructure to pull this off. Like, I
No.
mean, you look at places like the Budweiser stage, the former the Molson Amphitheater, and like a good portion of that venue is still grass seating.
mhm.
So, I mean, hey, everybody, bring
That's
your own lawn
the one
chair.
in Barrie that we used to go to all the shows in.
No, the one in Barrie was Molson Park. The
Molson Park.
Molson, the amphitheater at Ontario Place.
Ontario Place. That's right.
Yeah, it has a lot of grass seating.
Mhm.
Molson Park now is not recognizable as anything park like it is. It's paved over. It's all
Yeah.
big box store retail now.
Oh, that's a shame. Saw some good
Or-
shows there.
According to Live Nation, this Rogers Stadium will host between 12 and 15 shows per year, just for the summer season, beginning in June, ending in September. But it will not serve as a permanent structure. It's only scheduled to operate for 5 years before the site is fully developed into a residential area.
Oh, there you go.
So this is going to be like a temporary,
We're going to
That could
generate
change,
some
though.
revenue.
Yeah,
That
it
could
could.
change.
It depends on how well it does too, right?
I mean, you're talking about the capacity of the I want to say the Rogers Center, which I guess that's close.
Yeah.
A Rogers Center or a pro sports team stadium sized venue. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And like when we talk about that, like we go to the Air Canada Center or Rogers Center, Skydome, sorry.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
and you
It'll always
put-
be Skydome.
And you put 30,000 people in there, you're like, oh my God. But then you go down to like Houston or something like that, where they can have a football game with 150,000 people in the stands. And you go, oh,
Mhm.
that's a sporting event.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But we'll see how it plays out.
Pretty cool.
Wolverine and Deadpool is coming to digital and Blu-ray,
Cameo, the movie.
basically. If you haven't heard it, it is coming to streaming and Blu-ray/DVD on
Is that
October
a
1st.
steelbook? That
It
looks like
is a
steelbook.
steelbook.
packaging. Oh, all right.
It'll be available for rent or purchase on digital platforms such as Prime Video and Apple TV on October 1st, and releasing on 4K Blu-ray and DVD on October 22nd.
Oh, wait. So rent today.
Rent today.
No, that's rent or purchase.
Rent purchase/digital versions.
Because sometimes they split the digital purchase date before you can rent it.
Don't know for sure, but they're saying that the digital and physical releases will feature dozens of bonus featurettes, including Finding Madonna, Making the Oner, Practical Approach, celebrating the art of Ray Chan, Loose Ends, The Legacy of Heroes, and a whole bunch of more stuff, gag reels and bloopers and whatnot. The Prime Video digital release will also come with exclusive features, including Deadpool Doodles, pros and cons fact-checked by Insider Trivia. But the Blu-ray release will have a limited edition steelbook featuring custom art packaging, and as you see it there, it features a whole bunch of the different versions of Deadpool.
Is it? Oh, it's not all of them, but it's a few of them anyway.
It's a few of them,
Yeah.
plus one Wolverine.
Some of them
And one-
repeat.
yeah,
there,
one
I
more.
see.
Yeah.
It's like between the two pages.
So not too long to wait for owning your own kind.
I would like to see it again, and I say that in the sense that because it was Cameo the movie,
Yeah.
Mm.
I wanna be able to slow that down and freeze frame and look at things that I couldn't do in the theater.
Sure. Yeah.
And I like being able to do that at home.
So the big question now, Gaz, are you still with us?
Oh, how do we set this up?
Oh.
I mean, we need to frame this a certain way because I feel like the payoff here.
The payoff could be good. So as long as Gaz is still with us, the payoff is
Let's just do this in reverse order.
Yes,
Let's do this in reverse order. I'm gonna mute us for a second so I can just talk to Andy privately just for 2 seconds. Hang on.
I'll talk to everybody. They're conspiring. I lied. I ran into things to say already. I might even be muted, so I don't know if you can hear me or not.
No, Hank, you weren't muted. I just
Yeah, we
muted
can
Andy
hear
and I threw the mixer. Okay. We have a plan of action here.
All right. So here is what we're gonna do.
We should probably let's start with
new shirt alert.
New shirt alert. Andy's been hard at work over on the merch shop. I think you said we've just hit what?
130.
130 pop culture inspired designs. This is just a sampling of the most recent additions that are up there now. You should know there is a site-wide sale currently on at tpublic.com. So that includes our merch shop. So if you are looking for a way to support the show, you can definitely check out some of our new logos.
And if you happen to miss it, don't worry. The sale will be coming back on October 8th.
Yeah, which is not so
like a week
that's
away.
to coincide with what, the second Prime Day.
I believe so. Yeah.
Isn't that something? Yeah. That kind of brings us to a couple of special ones that I guess you could say almost. Is it? Do I call it by request, or do I say because of the feud?
I would call it a feud.
It's a
friendly barbs.
Friendly feud.
I think so.
That'd be a good show. Family Feud, Friendly Feud.
Friendly feud.
What is it? All caps. What is it?
Well, listen, Gaz, I know we have this friendly rivalry about the Ewoks versus the Monchichis.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? We couldn't leave you hanging. So just for you, my friend, we now have our very own
Fanchichis.
Monchichi inspired logo shirt, the Fanchichi, which check out the beard on that guy.
Yeah.
And I believe we were talking about merch. It was a week or 2 weeks ago, and you were talking about, you'd buy some merch, but we didn't have any Megaforce, and I thought, we don't.
Well, we had to fix that.
Yeah, exactly. And
So,
what did you say, Andy?
How about this one? We got Fandom Force.
Fandom Force, just for you, sir. But wait,
There's more.
There's more.
Because not only do we have that, we also have the patch emblem.
Fandom, not words.
That's right. But if that's not enough, how about Mega Fandom Force?
Mega Fandom Force. So there you go, Gaz. Just for you, my friend. And why not? It is a pop culture phenomenon, the Megaforce, and now it is immortalized in fandom power style.
That's right.
So those designs, along with like 100 more, over at TeePublic Fandom Power.
So Gaz says, cry laughing.
Yep.
I'm guessing for the
yeah.
Monchichis. Happy for
Ooh,
the Megaforce.
yay! And then, oh, what?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
So there you go. New shirt alert.
Oh, Josh, I need to watch Megaforce. It is so corny and so cheesy. It's very, very charming and endearing. It's kind of nice.
Oh, what's this though? Josh saying I ordered G.I. Joe Classified Dial Tone and was told
Dial
it would be out October 1st. Now they're telling me December 21st.
Oh, that's a long wait.
That is.
I feel your pain, man. Us up here as Canadians, we are almost always behind on the rollouts when it comes to release dates. So
And even then, if you pre-order, you're not guaranteed anything anyway.
yeah, you may not get it.
Yeah.
And if you're ordering from Amazon, if you're pre-ordering from Amazon, that is like just notoriously known to fail.
Yeah.
Guess I'm
Guess
buying
I'm
some
buying
shirts.
Where's
some
my
shirt.
Rex? Where's my Rex?
Yeah. But our next thing here, we're getting close to the end. I
Are
think.
we winding down?
We are.
We're getting near to the end.
Ubisoft has admitted that Star Wars Outlaws underperformed.
Listen,
so,
two of us,
you two have played this game.
two of us have played this. Let's have that discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played it before you did, Hank, and I
Yes,
think
you did.
you got maybe caught up
Based
in
on
my
your
in
day,
my
based on your day one, I
Yep.
purchased it day 2.
Have you been let down? Do you
I'm
feel
still
like you've
playing
been
it.
let down? There you go. I've
I'm
played it.
still playing it.
I've completed the story. I have not completed every side quest. I'm missing one trainer and 2 trainers, but I'm waiting for the expansion. So, but I did finish the main story, and at
Mhm.
the end of the main story, I have to say I felt very satisfied with the conclusion of that story.
So I'm not there yet. I'm maybe 75, 80% complete.
Yep.
I'm probably 200 hours into it.
That's pretty respectable.
Right. And it's unlike other games, I could say what's weird about other games sometimes, and maybe it's a function of being an old man, but I'll put a game down like Spider-Man, for instance, which I love those games. I'll buy them all and then play them for 5 minutes and go, man, I shouldn't have spent $80 on that. But I'll put Spider-Man down for 2 or 3 days and then I'll pick it up and I'll be like, I should play this game. I spent all this money on it and have to relearn all the controls all over again.
Right.
And
I've
I
done
find that
before.
a lot with a lot of games that I put down. And I put down this game for a week because of work and life and other things. I picked it up and I was just like, I just found myself playing it. I didn't really even realize that there was no like relearning
how
curve for me,
do I
which
do
is a
this
big
again?
deal for me. Yeah.
I'm right there. with
I'm
you.
also I'm not a stealth game guy, and I'm enjoying that now that I'm like into the mechanics of the stealth game.
What's
I'm not
interesting
like,
about this one is that you don't have to play it stealthily, but it will certainly preclude you from completing a lot of the things that it wants you to do.
yeah,
But if you do have to go loud, it has a relatively satisfying combat system that, no, it's not revolutionary, it's not earth-shattering, it's stuff that we've seen before, but it is absolutely capable of delivering a visceral experience. And
yeah, it's
I've enjoyed it
beautiful.
for what yes. I've said this
Visually.
before. It is exceptionally Star Warsian in
Oh man,
the sense that I feel it, regardless of whether I could create my own character or not. And by the way, I got over that within the first hour of playing the
me
game.
too.
I didn't
Me
care.
too.
I didn't care that I couldn't make my own character because it wouldn't have changed the adventures that I was doing or how I approached them. I
No.
have never felt, I shouldn't say this. Very few times have I felt like I was in Star Wars.
Mhm.
You know, you play a video game and you feel like you're kind of watching a movie. I didn't feel like that with this. I felt I am in Star Wars in this movie or in this
Yeah,
game.
I
And
agree. There's a
that
few
was a
things
good
that I would do differently, but I feel strongly that this might be some serious R&D for a much more uh a bigger thing coming. There's a lot of bugs and
oh,
stuff that are getting worked out here. Now, so if you take what you've got here and then you add the idea of an online version of this, like they did with the GTAs, where you could
yeah,
create your own character and then run around a vastly populated, like with hubs,
a
because we already
much
have hubs.
larger. Yeah.
Like that kind of idea, because all those games like the DC Universe game, the Marvel Universe game, where you go in and you play the same game that you and I are playing the same game, but we can still
Yep.
go to a
Yep.
hub and do raids and interact and stuff like that. I'm super satisfied. Do I want more? Yeah, but I always want more, and I'm really hard on my properties for that. So for what they gave me, I'm really happy. Um, could I have paid half for it and been even happier? Probably. Like I feel like I paid way too much money for this game, but I also know that I played the shit out of it, so I'm not that disappointed.
We both bought the mid-tier one, so we got
Right.
access to the Jabba's Gambit mission, which did not come with the standard release.
No.
And so I
No.
had said at the beginning that, you know, would I have paid too much for it? And I said it hinges on the quality of that mission, because if the mission is good, if the DLC is good, then it is comparable price wise to other AAA titles. And I have to say that in terms of what the game offers you and what it wants you to do, it's a solidly written a component. And
Yeah,
because I
it's
don't
kind
want
of fun that
don't
way
want to
too.
give it away. Yeah.
No,
Um,
but it does feel like Star Wars. My favorite thing about it is the way that you you skill up, which is completely non-traditional.
I do like that. I do like that as well.
You find an expert and you train with an expert, and your missions are actually what gives you the experience. And you don't spend it; you just suddenly are better at things because you've done things to earn that. Instead of going to a skill tree, which is super common, and I'm fine with too. But instead of going, do I want to learn how to do this move or that move by spending a point, you actually go out and do a task in the world and earn the ability, which is super cool, actually.
It makes a lot of sense when you do the gambling quest line, which is a sequence of essentially Star Wars poker games. You know, that becomes
I just hope
really
they don't. Yeah. I just hope they don't do, and I think that they might be, because I've heard some inklings around their some of their other franchises and people not being happy with the race of characters or the sex of characters. I hope they don't double down on blaming underperforming on a female protagonist, because after what Daisy Ridley said the other day, it's kind of like, is that the only mule in the barn? You guys are just going to club that to death? Maybe you've made something people don't enjoy. Simply, but I enjoy this, so I don't know what Ubisoft wants to do to backpedal. But is it Solo again? Is it like a failure is a $500 million thing? Is it that?
I don't know.
Or is it?
I guess if our metrics are based on financial performance, then yeah, maybe. But
I know it's going to Steam crazy early.
Yeah,
it's going to Steam crazy early. Like
I would
November.
say my final thoughts on the KVS character and the whole not being able to create your own character. Well, the story, the main story is central to her and the things that happen to her in her growth, and not just her growth through the game, but her growth before we even get to meet her. So there would be really no way to do that unless you had a set of pre-generated cutscenes that match every possible character combination that you could create.
Well, they do that in Baldur's Gate, where your pre-gen character is inside the cutscenes with it's a bit of code. But
my question,
it's
go ahead,
generic. Like, everybody wakes up with no memory of who they were, though. So it's like
that would be
start
fine.
A game, right? Yeah,
that would be fine if the game, and not to give too much away, but that would be fine if the game does not go back into your character's childhood. But when you have to go back to somebody's childhood, you ostensibly can't use the same character model because they're just not that old.
The only reason I feel like I wish I could created my own character is for an online purpose.
Yeah.
I didn't, and it's not based on I wish I could have made, I would love to have different classes. I would love to really run around in an open world. So this is wet my whistle for something bigger in a very satisfying way. You know me,
I want a better, new and improved version of Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah. Well, and they've started developing Jedi 3 too, so.
And I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's underperformed, which is unfortunate.
Strictly from a financial standpoint,
sure.
As far as they're concerned. Initial sales just proved softer than expected. So,
but when you're waving $169 price tag at people, that's going to scare the average consumer away.
Yeah.
I would think, it scared me away until you were like, no, it's actually dope. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Josh got a good question though, and wants to know, have you all played the Command and Conquer games? They're my favorite, minus the final one. It was awful.
Red alert.
I haven't played Command and Conquer probably since maybe the first or second, but I didn't own a computer, a PC, until I was in my 30s. So a lot of those games that really were meant for PC kind of eluded me because I was a console gamer, and to this day am a console gamer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we missed this one.
So you guys put out a Monchichi shirt before an Ewok shirt? The Monchichi revolution has begun.
That was a quiet rollout on the Ewok shirt.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll just do one with an Ewok, chewing on a
Monchichi.
It would have been more appealing to me if you could have created your own character, and I don't have an issue with a lead female character. Yeah, I don't either. But again, with that story being so the cave
centric,
the KVS story being what it is, I get why
you could have had any character be that person with those people like addressing
Absolutely.
that character.
Yes, yes.
But it, it's a Han Solo simulator is what it is. It's so satisfying and
yeah, right
fun.
down to
It
the
really is.
outfit if you get the Kessel Run pack.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, moving on here. Amazon is set to do a RoboCop TV series.
One more reason why I call them Amazon.
Yep. They're going to be doing Peter Octo as showrunner, and James Wan is set to produce. It's still in development, but it is starting to take shape.
Everybody remember the last RoboCop television series?
I can't say I do.
Yes.
Remember the third movie?
Yeah.
You know, the guy who played it wasn't Peter Weller. in the
No,
third-
it wasn't.
That guy did the TV show.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Trivia. Frank Miller wrote the third movie.
That's true. He did. He actually has a cameo with like a pencil in his
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
Could
be good. Have you ever seen the edit where it's nothing but RoboCop shooting guys in the penis?
I have not
Check
seen
it out
that.
on YouTube. It's fantastic. It's like 30 penises, dead or alive. You're coming with me, and then you just start bam, 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 and they're so visceral. It's fantastic, actually.
Our last stab at RoboCop, besides I think the video game, which did really well, that came out earlier this year, late last year, was our 2014 reboot with Rick Flag actor Joel Kinnaman.
Oh yeah,
I personally liked the Joel Kinnaman film. Jackie
too
Earle
bad.
Haley was in that. I think people were just so wanting that, and maybe this is sort of the nostalgia sells thing. Why guys like were into like the action figure properties that we're into, but it's like if you wanted an exact retelling of what you got in 1987,
Just go watch that.
go watch the 87 movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I have high hopes for a new television series, but I also know that the 90s TV series was pretty bad. And
the soft cartoon was pretty bad too.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Non-violent RoboCop cartoon.
The future of law enforcement. You have 60 seconds to comply. Ewok eating a taco. I like tacos.
A Chihuahua.
Chihuahua. Be Chihuahua, apparently. I've learned now, at least in the animated series.
There you go. But, this next one here, fallout from the family statement from a couple weeks ago. With Dave Grohl. The Foo Fighters dropped out of the Soundside Music Festival.
I mean, anybody want to read between the lines on this one? Because I don't think you cannot read between the lines.
Yeah, because make that announcement and then everything hits the fan.
I don't know what this is. Tell me.
So we know that he has come out as fathering a child outside of his marriage.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so
that happened a couple weeks back.
Yeah, that's breaking.
Who hasn't?
What?
Well, perhaps, but he actually stepped up and took,
he's taken ownership of it. He's made a public statement about I intend to be in this child's life and I will be a loving and attentive father the way it should be. But has also admitted that it has definitely put a strain on his relationship. And so the side chat around that is prior to the announcement, he may or may not have retained a divorce lawyer prior to going public with that, and now a canceled show. So, I mean, reading between the lines, I would say he's well and firmly entrenched in his personal stuff right now.
Yeah,
probably.
Because the statement on September 10th, I plan to be a loving and supportive parent to her. I love my wife and children, and I'm doing everything I can to regain their trust and earn their forgiveness. So,
yeah,
he's stuck in family world troubles right now,
and it's not
do a little girl bullying.
Yeah, and this isn't one of those. This is not a Liv Tyler situation where you've got an adult child or a teenage child that showed up. You're my dad. Like this is recent. Like
oh hey, she was just born 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of.
We'll see how that develops.
Yeah.
This next one, our most recent segment, I guess. On this day in history.
Oh yeah.
So on October 1st in history, in 1950, actor Randy Quaid was born.
You mean the what was it? He was fleeing.
Cousin Eddie. Shitter was full.
Political asylum in Canada. No, we
That's
don't
right.
want you.
Go back.
Go back. Yeah.
But in 1971, Walt Disney World Resort opened in Bay Lake, Florida.
God, I still haven't been there.
Yeah, me neither. 1974, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was released.
Yep.
And in the year 2000, MTV's Jackass first aired.
Are those taser probes in him?
They might be.
My God, Johnny Knoxville. I thought I was looking at Harry Farrell there for a second.
Heroin chic.
There you go.
Yeah, really, eh?
So that's your on this day in history.
That's an interesting one.
This next one, I am looking forward to this. Apparently, it will be premiering on Disney Plus November 1st.
Oh,
but
wow.
it's a documentary titled Music by John Williams.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So not much information on it. I'm just guessing it's going to cover his career, his music, his contributions to
I heard
Hollywood.
Saw like a little trailer on the Twitter.
It probably
this
is,
morning.
yeah.
I'd heard something about like the most, like it was a record for him, and it was something like the most Academy Awards for music
probably.
or something. Like it was like something crazy like that.
Probably gets another one, just throws it on the pile.
But I mean, like you just go through all of the things that we love, and how many of those? Oh, John Williams.
Yep.
Of course, John
Yeah.
Williams.
John,
Right.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I
Jurassic
really hope,
Park.
and I don't know if this would be the case, but I like to hope that he's held in the same vein as those people that like Mozart and
And
Vivaldi
Beethoven.
I was
and
just gonna
stuff.
say that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because
They
he's
should be,
earned
well.
every bit of that. Because I don't think any of those people, like, they're amazing. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know if any of them were famous in their lifetime like this guy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But then again, they didn't have Hollywood to back them.
No, that's
Yeah,
that's very
sense.
true. That's very true. Or
What's
like here's the accolades show once a year. Come and get them.
Oh
But-
yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
I mean, he's the most prolific musician I can think of in any genre over the
Mhm.
over my
Yeah.
lifetime.
Yeah.
What's the Family Guy joke when they killed John Williams? Oh, fuck. Now we got to use Danny Elfman.
Yeah, right.
Don't get me
Star
wrong.
Wars as scored by Danny Elfman. It's going to be a lot darker.
I like Danny Elfman, though. I quite like his stuff.
I tell you what, we're talking about modern composers that I really dig. Bear McCreary for one.
Yes.
And then oh my gosh.
Howard Shore.
No. The guy who did Werewolf by Night. He did the new Star Trek films.
The RZA.
No, it's Michael Giacchino.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
Gornson's
those
no
two.
joke either.
No. But yeah, so those two and possibly I'd lump him in there as well. Those three, they are the ones that I've sort of got my finger on as my
Yeah,
favorite genre guys as of late.
Well, this next one, I don't know what the hell was going through this guy's mind, but
Oh, we have an update on this
we
one.
do have an update.
Yeah,
on
we
this
do have
one.
an update. So yeah.
So apparently down at a Ellis County wild game dinner in Waxahachie, Texas.
Waxahachie? Waxahachie? I don't even know how to say that. It's wax.
Wakasashi.
It could be that too.
Maybe.
Waxahachie.
But anyway, it took place on September 28th, Saturday. And this fellow made a auction purchase for a autographed Taylor Swift guitar
Oh, I
for
saw a clip of this.
$3,200.
Yeah. The video has gone
Yes.
viral on X.
Yeah. And he proceeded to smash it with a hammer after dumping $3,200 into it.
Now I watched the clip today.
Yeah.
Have you've watched it?
I've seen it.
The auctioneer, as the gentleman who's purchased this, who's made the
Holding
winning
the hammer.
bid,
Yeah.
he walks up to the auctioneer, who hands him the guitar in one hand and the hammer in the other. Like, to me, it's completely staged.
Yeah. Because then the auctioneer on stage at the end of it hands him a wall mount and says, "Here, hang that smashed thing up."
Yeah.
But the whole while they're laughing. And
there's nothing going on below that border, our border there. That's real. It's
So
all bread and circuses.
one of the prevailing thoughts was that this
Could it be
the
politically
smashing of the
affiliated
guitar was potentially politically motivated because
Oh, sure. It's
of her endorsement?
yeah, Taylor Swift has recently
Yeah.
endorsed Vice President
And
Kamala Harris.
Josh,
because
Josh
it's
is
not
exactly
it's not
right.
about
I
it's not
could use
about your
32
policy
bucks.
anymore. It's all about
No,
like
no.
making. It's about smearing somebody else or
That's
making
right.
somebody look
Who's worse
better
than
or
who?
worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
just
crazy. It's the fall of Rome. Don't get me started.
yes.
But like the update is, it's not actually autographed by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
The
So
guitar itself was just decorated with memorabilia from the Eras tour,
yeah.
and the autograph was contained on a little CD inlay.
The CD insert.
Yeah.
So yeah, her
Mhm.
merch. The people who run her merch company have come out and said that's not a
Yeah, this
That
is
is
not
not
an official signed anything.
yeah.
Sure.
So
Go sell your propaganda somewhere else.
basically, yeah.
Now they didn't say that they didn't deny that the signature on the CD insert wasn't genuine,
Yeah.
but they definitely said
that
no, the guitar is not.
signed. But
Um,
regardless, why would you piss away $3,200
Well,
just to
I look at it
smash
this
a
way, but
guitar?
go back to the organizers, right? The dinner supports education movements for youth in agriculture,
Yeah,
and
so
so
an example
again,
of that.
I said it earlier tonight. If there was a charity, yes, it's a horrible example, but if it was a charity thing like this is, at least somebody's benefiting from it.
Yeah,
It's $3,200 into that fund for youth education.
and reading some of the comments here, like they are pointing out, the hurricane that just went through, there's way more better options to help your fellow man than smashing a guitar.
Listen,
Because
you know
like,
what?
if you're a Swiftie, this would have been like a once in a lifetime to have.
No,
right?
no.
The autograph.
Sure, but he's still got the autograph. He's got the CD liner. He can sell that if he wants to. He could give it away.
Yeah.
I think we're making him a bit of a. And listen, I don't necessarily agree with the man's behavior on a bunch of levels, but he's entitled to how he feels about the political stuff. He's also paid $3,200 towards that charity that they are going to benefit. So let him do whatever the hell he wants with the thing.
Sure.
right?
And it's
Like,
and it had the effect of a small podcast in a country that's not even didn't even originate in it is
Right,
talking
right.
about this.
Here
And
we
that's what they
are.
want. That's what
Well,
they
that's-
want. Bread
that's
and
true.
circuses.
That's true.
What's Josh
Yeah.
saying here?
Look what
Too
this
much
hand is
politics
doing.
here. Yeah.
You can't.
Oh,
see
yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
No, like literally because it's under the banner.
It was given the
So-
finger.
But you can never prove it because it was covered up.
Right.
There you go. But that does bring us to our final.
Oh
item
my
of the
gosh,
evening.
it feels like we just got started. We're at the end already.
We are.
Oh man. All right. Well, guys, you know what time it is. It's Andy. He's out in the aisles and he's hunting for you and I so that we can all save a few dollars on this week's toy hunting tip at Dollarama.
So this week we got some interesting stuff for fans of the Masters of the Universe.
That's me.
We have the Origins Battle Cat and Panther
Oh, that's not me.
showing up on shelves for $5 each.
Oh, that could be me.
Wow.
Yeah. So
$5,
if you were
that's
thinking of
good.
maybe doing a repaint for a faker cat or something, now's your
Mhm.
chance.
Oh yeah.
Because I've seen that done where you paint them all blue and then paint this-
Duplicate.
Yeah. Oh, that's even better.
That's that's a whole other story. That's a Joe Amato getting angry at Mattel thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know who Joe Amato is?
The name sounds familiar.
He's a very, very prolific, dare I say, famous within the Motu circle customizer.
Okay.
In fact, Joe Amato is like the Four Horsemen's secret weapon. In fact,
Ooh.
he did work on Masters of the Universe, just uncredited. Yeah, so like he did some of the vehicles and stuff for classics, right?
Fair enough.
When the Four Horsemen need somebody to do a thing for them, they go to Joe Amato.
Okay.
Yeah, so
But these two cats are showing up for $5 a piece.
I was gonna say this is better because we just saw the Battle Cat over at Winners, and it was $10.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is a freaking bargain,
Yeah. Because if you're looking to get them on Amazon.ca, it's $25.80 for Panther.
which is like full retail on this line.
Did you check to make sure that Winner's Battle Cat wasn't vintage?
Oh dear.
Stranger things, man.
Yeah.
But the other ones that are showing up are restocked and different selections of
Yeah.
the Eternium minis
New
figures.
new assortment of
Oh,
those.
I've seen
yeah.
those. Yeah. Yep.
They're cute.
They are.
I have some from the Motu Classics days when they were mail away only.
Yeah.
And they're cute.
Yeah. $3 can't go wrong. Retail on them. It's all over the board. Like if you want to go buy Clawful here from Amazon, it's $22.99.
Sure.
If you want to buy Orko, he's $49.99.
Yeah.
So
of course, that's that is when you're at the mercy of the
Bezos.
You
Secondary
say Amazon, but like we have to like asterisk that and go like, is that Amazon first party or Amazon
Second
third party? Yeah,
Could
like,
be,
Yeah, it's just the
third
sellers.
party
Yeah.
seller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
$3 can't go wrong.
no, you can't.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and these guys take up virtually no, like in terms of like real estate on your shelf. If you only had one Motu collection because you collect so many other things like I do, they fit. They fit in a much smaller space.
What's Josh saying here?
I'm still waiting on seeing the light up Gundams at the Dollar Tree. Nice.
Oh.
Hasn't seen Clawful
Haven't
yet.
seen Clawful yet.
Found Panther at Ollie's for $10.
I wish we had.
I
Ollie's.
do wish we had an Ollie's up here.
So do I.
Orko was $20 at Walmart.
Oh, 20 US.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a lot.
it is. But that's what we got for this week.
Wow, man. It's been this was a long one. We had a long in memoriam section this week. That's never a fun thing to talk
No.
about. But at the same time, I always say like we get to revisit these people that maybe we haven't looked at in a while, and hopefully we've added something to the legacy just by remembering them in our own little way.
Mm-hmm.
As I've said to you before, Andy, ask you guys if you are thinking of any of our dearly departed, go and revisit their body of work, listen to their music, watch their films and television programs, and just have a good time.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to touch on before we say goodnight?
Oh, these are always fun. I mean, I always forget the format and the where the segments are placed. So I'm a fan of the show, so it's fun to be here.
It's funny
on
you
these
say that.
random nights.
It's funny that you say that because I make a point not to read every article, just so that I can like react to it. Oh, I'm getting it with you guys.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy that. So stick with us. We are Mr. Monchi. We are going back to Ewoks on Sunday. It's Wicket's Wagon this week, and it's a pretty interesting episode. There's a good lore piece in this week's episode, so I'm quite looking forward to talking about that. Hopefully, you guys will show up and participate in that conversation with us. If not, we will be back next Tuesday with edition
different batch.
79 of Random Fandom, as the Random Fandom machine keeps on rolling. There may or may not be some other stuff going on over the weekend, which I cannot confirm or deny, but if there is, I will make a social media post on that. Josh, I got your message regarding your mailing address, so thank you very much for sending that through. We'll get that sticker out to you this week.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. We should probably order some more, I guess.
Sure. We got more choices.
We do.
now.
Yeah, we have lots more choices. We'll get all the stickers.
That's right.
All right. God, this was a good one. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Really enjoyed this one. Always remember, whatever your thing is, fan on, everybody. And for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Hank.
And Gaz has a point here
What?
before we go.
You know, you guys are going to have to do a review of the Monchi cheese. We'd have to find it.
What if we just
Yeah,
get
where's
3
it here?
Monchi and we just do the podcast as Monchi 1 week?
We'll just line read. Each make
like
up a
hand
Monchichi
puppets.
voice.
Oh dear.
Chirp,
Oh
chirp,
dear.
chirp.
That could be fun. That could be so much fun. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.